Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. Today, we want to talk about some required postings and notices that are important for our listeners to keep in mind. And Irene was really helpful with our mutual client, and she explained everything that needed to be done. So I thought that was a great idea to share it with everybody else.
Hi, everyone. Yes, absolutely. So we had this come up just this week. Both of these points actually for two different situations. So just some reminders for end of year, especially since this is the time that everyone gets the policies prepared and together for the following year. So just a reminder that especially for our New York City listeners, that the New York City Department of Consumer and Worker Protection um, published a new requirement, and this was starting in July of this year of 2024, that New York City employers have to provide notice to workers, current employees, as well as anyone who is obviously going to be newly hired as well. And it has to list out the New York City Workers' Bill of Rights. So it is very important that that is either in a very visible location, or for those employers that have employees that are virtual or hybrid, it is safer just to have that also sent to the employee before their first day, or sent to the employee right now as well, if that hasn't already been done so. And the second reminder, the second thing that came up is an unemployment notice. So employers in New York are also required to provide their employees with a written notice of their right to file an application for unemployment benefits, or not just at a time when they're terminated from their employment, but also if there's a significant decrease in any hours, if there's a adjustment from full-time to part-time, and so on. If and they may not be eligible if the adjustment in hours is just by 1 hour, for example, they may still not be eligible for unemployment, but the requirement is that their rights for total or partial unemployment is provided in a notice to all employees. So these are just two things that came up this week that we did want to remind our listeners about, that are very, very important. And these notices are, of course, it seems like there's so many notices, so many policies, but they are a requirement just to prepare together, especially for your packets already going into 2025, when you're preparing, for example, your termination letter, to make sure that together with it, it either includes the language of this unemployment notice, or it's a separate document as well. And that you can have that together, that somebody in your office or whoever's responsible for this can package this together and provide all the required notices. So there's no issues there, and there's no situation that you run into. As always, if there are any questions on anything that we talked about, any of these notices, anything about preparation for 2025, please feel free to reach out to us. Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you.